Dolphins thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty. Tell you what you want to know, it's the Dolphins Show. Quench your thirst for all things Miami Dolphins. They are the football kings, cause they play to win. Come on in and have some fun, whether we have lost or we have won. For all things Miami, it's Dolphins Thursday.
Good morning, Miami Dolphin fans. I'm Rob Mosley, a.k.a. Dolphins Thirsty. And here in a few minutes, as always, I will be bringing in Justin. But I just want to remind you, you guys are watching Dolphins Chatter, where all things Dolphins matter. Now, without further ado, I am going to bring in the co-host with the most, and that is Justin. Looking good again, back in his Miami Dolphins gear, rocking a Dan Marino jersey and a nice Dolphins cap. Justin, how are you today? And I'm going to be listening to you, but I forgot to close the door, and my dog's about to make noise. So tell us how you're doing today.
Not bad, man. Not bad. Waking up, another day to get better, you know what I'm saying? Get out there and get that paper. Everybody get out there and get grinding.
Yeah.
But it's a good day to talk Dolphins with all you guys. So, you know.
It's always a good day to talk Dolphins. Speaking of the Dolphins, I went to the Saturday softball game up in Palm Beach at the ballpark of the Palm Beaches. It was a lot of fun. The weather didn't permit so much, but Xavier Howard held a softball tournament to benefit autism, and it was it was a nice day other than the weather. Got to meet some of the big guns like Big E. I met. He was out there. Nice. He actually is a nice guy, and he is tall as heck. Because I've seen him in pictures, but I stood next to him. I felt like a kid, even though I'm older than him. He stands at 6'6", nice guy.
Damn, he would tower over me, bro.
Yeah, I know. He's crazy. Nice guy, though. And then met some other guys. A guy named Papa Paul, another nice Dolphin fan. He's big on Facebook. So always cool to hook up with Dolphin fans. But one of the players at the game, obviously Tua, in fun news, Tua hit a home run to lead off the game.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, it was fun, and we all screamed, Tua, Tua, it was fun. And he actually did a little waddle when he was rounding second base. So it was fun because Waddle was on the other team, and Waddle was right in front of him when he decided, oh, yeah, I'm going to mock you a little. So it was all fun. But one of the players that was there was Trill Williams. He was looking healthy and fast out there, so hopefully that's a good sign. And I just read an article on him this morning in the Sun Sentinel, and he says he feels really great, and he's hoping to be ready full go. He's anticipating to be a full go at training camp start, and so that will be good because that would add to the depth back here. We still don't really know what we have in the young man because he was an undrafted. Another one of our stories, made the team, but unfortunately he only played in one game and then he got hurt, and so we don't really know what he can do. But I know you like his potential, so hopefully
I did a big breakdown on Trill Williams on my YouTube page, the Digging in the Trenches page. I really like Trill Williams. He's got some low-key, underrated game, which he can come up and play press. I really like him in press coverage. He won't open the gate and open his hips any which way to give a receiver an easy way to get around him. He'll make you work to get around him. He's real quick. He's not like the fastest long speed guy, but he's real quick in short area burst. He's got great lateral movement. He can move and turn his head to locate footballs. He can bat his, he's one of those guys that will swat, knock, or hawk you. He came out of, I think it was Syracuse, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
He played out of a great college there that had a good defensive backfields already. He's pretty decent. He came off of waivers from New Orleans. I think the kid's great. It's too bad that he did get hurt last year because I thought the sky was the limit for him coming up off of the where we got him. He was.
Oh yeah, if he hadn't gotten hurt last year, for sure he was going to get playing time because
I think so.
We got devastated in the defensive back. So you're right. He would have definitely got playing time last year, and we would have known what we have. And before I forget, Adam and Ender, welcome to the room as always. Hands up and thumbs up. So, Justin, back to Trill Williams. We won't get too much into that because we got, you and I are going to start doing roster breakdown and predictions on who's going to make. We're going to break down what we would do in here in a couple of weeks, guys. Justin and I are going to go over last year's roster, see how many they kept at each position. Just stick with those numbers because that's the only history we have to go by. And then we're going to break down, see what. I mean, like all quarterbacks, basically, all 3 quarterbacks on the Dolphins for the new rules are all going to be on the team. So we could tell you that position. And it's going to start with Tua, and the only thing we don't know is Mike White or is
that emergency quarterback, which now I don't know if you guys know the rules on that there's an emergency quarterback
right
now, but he has to be part of the 53-man roster.
Right.
So that's the kicker.
No, it is, but I think most teams are going to go with that because
we're keeping 3. We're going to keep, like you just said, Tua, White, and Thompson will be the emergency quarterback. That's how I have it right now.
Right. And then, in training camp, maybe the backup. We know for sure Tua's number 1. That's all. We know that for sure. And I agree with you right now. The leading, as they say, the leader going into the clubhouse is, definitely Mike White for the backup job. But if Thompson just balls out in training camp and kicks butt, and who knows, maybe they can switch around and we'll find out. But the good thing is, back to Trill Williams, I can say we're going to break down all the roster and figure. But right now, as we sit here on June 19th, do you think that he's going to make the team? Trill Williams, is he one of them? Because we got a loaded defensive backfield. If Nick Needham comes back and all that.
Man, I'll be honest with you. He's in a position battle right now with a handful of players. It's going to be rough, dude. It's an uphill battle once again for my boy Trill. I'm praying for him and his whole family that this thing works out for them. He's in a battle with you got Keon Crossan, you got Trill, you got obviously Kuho, who will be back there, the rookie Smith. Then you got Elijah Campbell if they're going to try to play him at any safety positions.
Yeah.
You got,
so do you see him more as a boundary corner, or is he a guy that can come in the slot and play, or can he be a nickelback, or what do you see? Where's his best benefit contributing on the defense?
He could be any one of those things you said right there. He can play,
he can. So he's that versatile. He can do it all.
Yeah, he can play in the slot. He can play on the boundary. He could be an extra nickelback or a dime back. I think he's got some position flexibility as well. He can tackle. I'll tell you that one thing. He comes up and he's very physical. So I like his chances, but I think it's an uphill battle. You got.
Oh no, like you said, you named a lot because we even got that kid out of Kentucky that you like as an undrafted free.
I got that kid probably making the practice squad somewhere on the back end, but I think they're gonna try to use that kid, that Keandre Smith, is like to play the Jack Star robber role, like they're going to use Ramsey in, but they're going to bring him, that Keandre Smith, up. They're going to bring him up like slowly. So they're going to slow cook that kid on the practice squad unless he gets poached. But I think Trill's he's got to beat out either Keon Crossing or Elijah Campbell to make the team. Okay.
So, that's good. Like you say, he seems like a good, talented young man, but from what I'm hearing, and if he doesn't latch on here, he's probably going to latch on some roster.
Oh yeah, he'll get on the squad.
He's going to latch on some NFL team.
Sure.
Whether it's the aqua and orange or he goes somewhere else, he may just be part of a numbers crunch here, unfortunately. But hey, you never know. He may make it here. He may just ball out and beat out some guys that we don't even think he's going to beat out. So
I've been hearing some good stuff about last year's 7th round pick, Cameron Good, the linebacker out of Cal. I've been hearing some stuff that looks a lot smarter, looks faster and stronger, which from what I seen last year during the preseason, some of his games, like, he's smart. Trust me, I scouted him again out of Cal. He can run sideline to sideline. He's good against the run, pretty smart against the pass. And he doesn't dial it up as fast as you would like. He's not really a natural inside off ball linebacker, more outside, you know what I mean?
Right.
But if he's smarter and got stronger at the point of attack, meaning can you play in traffic a little bit better, then maybe we would be onto something right there with that linebacker. But we'll see.
Hey, that's what. Hey, I'm rubbing off on you, man. You're saying we will see. That's what I'm always saying.
I think he's ahead of Channing Tindall. I'll tell you that right now.
So. Oh wow, I know that's a shake my head moment there. Hopefully, this kid somehow miraculously comes back because he has the talent, but he just doesn't seem to be jumping in. I don't know, because he had the opportunity last year and an injury-riddled Dolphins team to really contribute, and he barely still got to play. So that's just a telling sign that he wasn't ready when you got all those injuries. You can't hear me? Oh,
No,
it's
no, I'm saying
his brain. Yeah.
yep,
Hey
you
guys,
gotta
before I
have
forget,
that IQ.
yeah, exactly. Hey, I dropped the link, guys, if you want to join us today. It's a Monday, so we always like to talk about our Dolphins Miami Monday. Come in here and talk if you want to join the show. But yes, I agree with you. It must have been a mental thing because the kid's quick. He played for a perennial powerhouse in Georgia. I mean, I know he wasn't the starter in Georgia necessarily and didn't get a lot of snaps, but that's just because he was on a powerhouse. We figured, and he would get in the NFL, and we would have a diamond in the rough. And we may still, but sometimes, like you say, I mean, you have to work a little extra, you have to do a little more mining to get that diamond out. And maybe that's what we still got to do.
I agree. I think as you get going further down the line here, obviously we'll get into the training camp days, and then you'll have a little bit of time off in between there before they get going into preseason. But
Right.
after they start hitting preseason, I don't know what the rosters look back, especially the running backs, if they still have Mostert, Wilson, Achane, Ahmed, and Gaskin. I think you can see them giving a lot of carries to Ahmed and Gaskin, trying to up their stock a little bit. If someone got
Right.
hurt around the league, I think they could dangle those guys in some trade talks. Now, if Dalvin Cook is on the roster, then no holds bars. Those two guys will probably be, and Wilson will be probably talked about in trade talks as to dangle some of that out there to see what you could get in return. You still got the high contract, which when I look at it, I'm like, wow, man, you better have yourself a 12 sack season, Emmanuel Ogba, because that's $17 million.
Oh, I know that's a big
coming off the books on 1 year contract here now. Like, if somebody wanted to make a deal with me on that one, I would do it as well, because you need that off your books.
In the old stock market comparison, we definitely bought high on Ogba because he had a decent season and we didn't want to lose him in free agency, so we paid for the high price. And then unfortunately, I know injury though played a part too, though. I mean, if he hadn't been injured, maybe, but he was often not a great start while he was healthy. So that's what I'm judging.
Like, he's basically, I don't know, I hate to sound like a Debbie Downer, but he's almost like a Jerome Baker type. He's a one-trick pony. He's got a decent bull rush. You know what I mean? He passes down at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's
give him
batting
that
passes down. Yeah, he's really good.
That's what I gave him that as well. But at that, he doesn't have a lot of pass rush polish to him. A lot of them he just gets off of because he's a monster and will basically run through a guy or around him if he gets a chance. But the guy honestly falls off during the end of the season, like December. He'll Casper the Friendly Ghost, don't start to get sacks. As soon as we signed the deal, I was like, no, another one. Damn, I wanted to trade him. And the reason why is because they did the same thing with Shaq Lawson. I called that one. I was like, I know they're going to trade Shaq Lawson, whatever they can get. I would have done the same thing with Emmanuel Ogba. The fan base wanted to kill me then. They're like, why do you want to get rid of him? He's like one of our best players. I'm like, because it's not gonna last. Then he got hurt.
That's the thing. He had a good 2021 or 2020, whatever it was. And then, 2021, he was good. And then, so we felt kind of pressure, we decided to pull the trigger and we should have let him test free agency. And if some team blew the doors off and he left him, we would have said, okay, he learned our lesson and whatever. But we made a couple of money mistakes last year on Ogba and Gesicki.
It's been going on a lot of money that we didn't. Man. They're making money mistakes all over the place, bro. Honestly, Jerome Baker, Emmanuel Ogba. If you think about it, there's just been too many little ones here and there. That's why I'm hoping they're not gonna turn around and make another one if they. I don't know, man. I know the offensive line coach is like, I'm happy with Austin Jackson's progress and where he's at, blah, blah, blah. That's his coach talk right now, man. We ain't even put the pads on yet. When the pads come on and the popping starts, you really start to figure this thing out. And then when you start to get into real games and the bullets become live and it's not practice no more, now you really got to figure it out. So
because if Austin Jackson, this is it. He's playing on the final. They did not pick up his 5th-year option. So this is his 4th and final season on his contract out after being drafted in the first round in 2020. So we're going to have to see if he steps up. If he steps up and is an all-pro, it's going to be a good year, but then we're probably going to lose him because then we're not going to be able to franchise tag him because the money's going to be too tight to franchise tag a tackle, and then we're going to lose him that way. So we're gambling, but I think the Dolphins are gambling in the sense that they didn't pick up the 5th-year option because they probably truly deep down don't have the faith that they're telling us all here on TV that, oh, he's the man, because if they really felt that way, they were going to pick up that 5th-year
Absolutely.
option.
They picked up Tua's because they see what they wanted to see, obviously.
Right.
I will say this right now, like Austin Jackson's is on the bubble, in my opinion, and is in a position battle with Kendall Lamb, Jerron Christian, the rookie from Michigan, the Hayes kid himself, and Eichenberg for basically one spot.
Okay, on the right side, you don't even have him up there battling it as a starting right tackle. You're just saying
no, he's battling for the right tackle spot.
Oh, okay, but because you didn't even say Cedric. What do you have? Cedric Okbawini, whatever.
I got Cedric Ogbuehi starting at right tackle. That's
that's what I thought. So I didn't hear you say that name. So yeah, so you think he's going to start?
Yep, and I got Isaiah Wynn starting at left guard, and I got the loser, obviously Eichenberg and Jackson can battle it out for swing tackle with Kendall Lamb. If you can beat out Kendall Lamb, he's a veteran, been in this league for a long time, started a bunch of games in this league, then okay, maybe you can play some swing tackle. But I think I would leave Eichenberg backing up Wynn and let Jackson fight out Lamb and Christian. We'll see what happens, bro. We'll see. Like you say, we'll see.
Yeah, I know. We will see. No, it should be good. Hopefully competition brings out the best in all of them. And, that's what we need. We really need somebody like step up there and show us, oh man, if I don't step up in my game, I'm going to be on the bench or maybe not even on a team.
Or maybe not even in the NFL. Like I would actually go even make that position. Like right now, I really like, I know we didn't do everything we wanted to with the veterans, and these guys ain't everybody who the sexy name everybody wanted, but I'm starting to like it. I think this is like bringing in Wynn and Cedric Ogbuehi and Feeney. It's creating position battles that's making the unit itself stronger. I would actually go ahead and throw another one on there. You already know who it's going to be. I'd already put Dalton Reisner and put him in there too and make this position battle even that much more better.
Would he be a starter for you, Dalton Reisner, most likely?
I think he would be in a position battle with, it would be Reisner versus Isaiah Wynn for left guard. And then you would have the Ogbuehi versus Jackson for the right tackle spot.
Right.
So, yep. What's up, Dud?
We appreciate you, man. And I hope you tackle that like button for us, even though you're not a Dolphins fan. That would be a nice gesture, young man.
The Bills are gearing up just like we are, bro. I think they added somebody. I forgot who it was. They just signed someone.
Oh, I'm sure he's going to tell us 5, 4.
And they're looking into, I think, somebody else as well. So they're getting ready for their season. But they also are having some turmoil over there as far as
the Diggs drama.
Yep, Diggs. They're having contract problems and Diggs not coming to camp and whatever. I don't know what's going on over there. I just heard a little bit of chatter.
He did go back though, so who knows? He was mad. Who knows?
Yep, I'm sure he wants more money. I'm sure that's what the deal is.
Thank you, man. I love those likes, man. Thank you, man.
We'll see.
He's a big Kohler. I don't even know how he knows Kohler since he's such a big Buffalo fan, but he comes to our Dolphin stuff. So I like him, and he comes to our shows.
He's cool, man. I'm telling you, like, they're going to be a player in the AFC East. They're AFC East kings until they're knocked off. I don't care what anybody says. Buffalo's top AFC East. I don't care.
No. They're the beast of the East. It's old. I agree, but Buffalo is the team to beat until someone beats them. I think
until you take that crown, because I think they've won the AFC East now 4 years in a row.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they've ever since he would tell us down there, but yeah, I mean, ever since New England's not been the big dog, they've been the big dog. They just haven't taken the next step to get to the Super Bowl,
Yeah,
but
they can't get.
Other than that, as far as our division, they've owned our division, so
they can't get over that proverbial hump. Well, that's why we got to step up. Should never let them get Dalton Kincaid, man.
Hey, what dog? I hope the Buffalo run is over. That's what
linebacker, running back, and DC, Josh and Steph not on the same page. Yeah, man, I'm hearing you. Like, we'll see, bro. What's up, Steve? Morning. We'll see, bro. Like, losing all that stuff in the DC, I think, is bigger than people think. Like last year when they lost I think they lost the Brian DeBall to go over to the Giants, I was like, oh man, that's it right there. But it didn't happen. Like Josh kept playing at his high level. I hope we got some guys on there that can stop Josh once he breaks the pocket and starts running around. That's the matter of winning and losing some of those games, you guys.
Yeah.
They let them
He's
walk.
saying didn't lose, let them walk. There is a
But you
difference.
still lost them, guy. You still lost them, though. So
I know that is. That's like a fancier word. I don't know. And by the way, Steve has a show tomorrow night. I don't know if the best, his co-host, who's the best, me, will be able to join him tomorrow night, but it's 7:30. I'd be in Gainesville. But his show is every Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. on the Fins Talk Sports Network. And he's Real Talk, Fins Talk. He likes to say, I call it the real talk because he says he speaks the truth, and he does. And sometimes me and him will go back and forth, and it's fun. But tomorrow night, I'm not sure, and I don't want to commit to him yet. And he's going to have to maybe find another co-host tomorrow night. We will see. But he has always a fun show on that network.
Just remember on all these shows, you guys, these are all just a matter of our own opinions.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's it, man.
Nobody has no insider info, even if they say they do or they know this person or that person. I don't care who you say you know. It don't matter, bro. Like, they're in there making decisions on what they see from what's on film. They're making those decisions based upon what they see on film and their football experience in general. Yeah. So when they bring in a guy like a Chosen Anderson, they're like, nah, I'm not listening to the outside perspective or what anybody says. I'm gonna do what their job's on
the line, man. These guys that run the teams and
that's
whatever.
Right.
We all do it for fun. These guys have it on the line. But unfortunately, the guys that's been doing it for the Dolphins for the past couple of decades aren't doing any better than some of the fans could have done. That's a sad state.
Not.
I think there's maybe they had some better records to make for window dressing than we would have had as a. We may have had some 4-win seasons, but they haven't won a playoff game. I could be a general manager for 20 years and not win a playoff game.
Right.
That's a standard.
Well, I think the thing to get excited about is kind of what I was just touching on. Would we rather just be sitting here right now with Dan Feeney as the only addition to the offensive line and Eichenberg penciled in as the left guard and Jackson as the right tackle, or do you like that they added Isaiah Wynn with a chance? You know what? That Isaiah Wynn one might be bigger than we think, with a chance to maybe take over down the road in the future at left tackle because he's got the feet.
But
and
not that down. Unfortunately, it's not even that down the future because there's going to be games this year he probably has to be in that left.
And seeing the thing about that is they both have injury history right there. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, Terron has.
You hope between the two of them that one of them is healthy each week, and you're okay.
That's why they up their ante right there by taking the chance on the numbers evening out by both of them being hurt. Maybe one of them will be healthy. Yeah,
I know.
I get it.
No, that's the bad thing, man. It's just like Jake Long was a number 1 draft pick, good for the first few years. Boom, started getting injured. Dolphins didn't even pick up his second contract. He walked to another team. And it's just like the Dolphins have been nailed at that. We just cannot hit the left tackle position.
They're kind of banking their bank on like it's not. I guess what I should say is here, I would rather it be quality over quantity. But in this case, they're going quantity over quality. I'll show you an example. Wynn, Ugbui, Kendall Lamb, Jerron Christian. Are we catching the trend here?
Right.
Like, these guys have all started in the league and have been around, but they're not the best. Do you see what I'm saying, dude?
No, they're not.
So they're banking on that working out for them. At least 2 of them. They're praying that 2 of them work out for them in that case. And in my opinion, I'm kind of excited about it because I think they might get lucky this time, and maybe they'll get 1 or 2 of them to work out. Hell, if they get 3 of them to go and one of the rookies to start catching on, like the Ryan Hayes kid
it'd be
or something.
super.
It'd be nice.
I mean, the Dolphins are in a bind because, like, you know the cap better than I do. I just love being the fan. I let you crunch the number sometimes. But teams, for the most part, they put so much money towards certain position groups. And when you give Armstead all that big dough, then it starts spreading that, spreading that money starts becoming thinner and thinner and thinner. So yes, that's why sometimes you got to shop in the bargain bin. And that's what the Dolphins did for our guys that we signed late in free agency. We were shopping in the bargain bin. But at least I think there was some kind of game plan, because these guys are both former first-round draft picks, so they do have the pedigree of being solid players. Yes, they didn't work out in their prior teams due to injuries, and lack of great play at times, but hopefully, like I say, moving forward with Wynn, because he didn't do that great on the right side, supposedly, but he graded out better than Brandon Shell on the left. So I think that's why he was the choice over Brandon Shell, because Armstead has that history of getting hurt, because they both, money-wise, I think they're very similar contracts, but I think they chose Wynn just for that fact, because Shell couldn't play left. He got blown up at left tackle. Very solid on the right. Could have been a right starting tackle without a doubt this year if he stays healthy. But unfortunately, I think they know Armstead's injury history, and they said, man, we need some guy that can at least be adequate to fill in at the left tackle spot if he gets hurt. And I think that's why they went with Wynn and Cedric O. I just say Cedric O, and you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing.
No, I agree with you, and that's why they brought him in. As soon as they brought him in, I was like, oh, yeah, damn, that's the guy from Georgia's. Isaiah Wynn, I know exactly what you're talking about. Right when I scouted Solomon Kindly, who played right next to him at Georgia, Isaiah Wynn was on the left tackle, and Solomon Kindly was left guard. So I'm very familiar with him. So, yeah, I think he's got all the chances to make it happen.
I'm letting my little Dolphin fan take a jab at the Bills guy.
He's a showman. One read quarterback, then he runs. Josh and Dan are the same quarterback. Josh has Diggs. Josh has been exposed. If Josh was great, he wouldn't have gone to Wyoming. That's messed up.
There's a lot of good smaller college players that come out and kick butt.
I don't know who got a hold of that Xavier Valladay. I'm going to look it up probably a little bit later, but someone's going to.
But yeah, I just had to let my Watt dog get a good laugh over the Buffalo Bills, man. But both of them are great guys, man. If they come into the show, they're great guys, man. But it's good, always good to have a little divisional.
I mean, if you think about it from a realistic standpoint, at some point during the season, Armstead's going to have to sit down for a game or two. You're going to kick Isaiah Wynn out to left guard or left tackle. You're going to probably, if Dalton Reisner's in the fold, he'll play left guard. You know what I'm saying? But if not, then Eichenberg jumps up to left guard. Connor Williams takes center. Hunt takes his position he always does, which is right guard. And we'll see. We'll see.
Hey, that's a famous saying, man. We will see. And that's it. I've been saying we will see for the Dolphins for so long, because it's like every time I start getting the hype and I believe, I just have to tell myself we will see. I said, just because we won the offseason doesn't mean we're going to go win a playoff game, because we haven't won a playoff game for 20 years.
You know, it's so funny. Everybody was so pumped up on Austin Jackson last year. I remember us going through like training camp and all this stuff, and him having like a good rep or two, and everybody being like, oh man, that's a good block right there. And I'm like, bro, who did he just go up against? Cameron Good? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you got to judge this thing on ones versus ones. And that's why I was like, I'm not judging him till he gets out there week 1 of the regular season versus a starter from the other team. It took 12 snaps.
And he got hurt.
He got hurt, bro. Come on, man.
I'm not going to knock him for getting hurt, but yes, we can't say he's good.
He just can't get lucky. There's no luck in the dude right now, bro. Like, he's just in his own head half the time. Yeah. Like, I don't know, man. We'll see.
So he says, re-sign Robert Hunt and Connor Williams. David Zach will have to wait after. Bro, we're going to lose him if you have to because someone's going to give a big bag of money if we wait for Wilkins. I'm afraid that some team's going to give him an offer that we can't, like in the offer, I'm going to give you an offer you can't refuse. Some teams is going to give him a $20 million contract and the Dolphins aren't going to be able to. So I'm afraid of that if they but I understand you're right from a number standpoint. Maybe you're right, but you would free up money this year by signing, I don't know, Christian Wilkins is who we're talking about there. I don't know. That's to me, it's like the hardest decision on the team.
Well, he says Robert Hunt, Connor Williams, but Robert Hunt's under contract for this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I know, but I guess he wants to re-sign him before he hits the free agent market and becomes a big price or whatever.
I'd have to look at his deal if it's done by the end of this year, and he's also going to be a free agent. You know what? I thought I had that marked here. He probably is. And I'll be honest with you, if he is, then you might want to think about getting that deal done real quick as well. So, yeah, we're in a money crunch right now, and that's why we're going to need to go ahead and you're going to need to make some decisions and drop some money, drop some dead weight.
Yeah. Sorry, Watt. I had to let your Buffalo Bill guy have his counter argument. He says the ball is an idiot. Jordan Palmer, Paulus Allen. What dork would have brother Allen or Tua? If you say Tua, only you are clueless and a liar too. Look at him taking a hot. You didn't have to throw the Tua thing in there, man. My man,
He said
you know,
tuna. He said
Tua had
tuna.
nothing to do with that argument. He was just talking about Josh Allen. So, but anyway, how
That's
many
funny.
different? Let's see. It's all good though, man. That's why like I said, we're all here. And yes, right now, Josh Allen is the far more accomplished player in the NFL, but he still hasn't, taken his team to the Super Bowl yet. So, then you could say that you would rather have Joe Burrow than Josh Allen. So
I would rather have Joe Burrow than Tua.
yeah, I know. We would have had Joe Burrow if we hadn't won so many games in the supposedly tank year.
That's
so
how that worked too. Like, if Tua wouldn't have been hurt, if Tua wouldn't have got hurt at Alabama that year, I think Cincinnati would have drafted Tua, and then Burrow would have fell to us, or we would have had to trade up to like 3 or whatever to get him. But yeah, I would have been. It's the guy I really, really wanted, but I was satisfied with who we got.
Yeah, I know you were happy with Tua. You told me.
Yeah,
I didn't have the pleasure of knowing you back in 2020, but from what you were saying, that Tua was your number 2 guy, that you were happy. You wanted Tua over Herbert, but we would see how that. But you would have been happy with Herbert, you said too, though. You would have been.
I've been
fine.
happy with either of the 3. I mean, from the third one, Herbert, I still think has some fundamental flaws and some technique breakdowns that I don't particularly like. But I'll be honest with you. Yeah. When I looked at Joe Burrow, man, I'll be honest, I've never seen anything like it in my life. And I was like, oh my God, this dude's going to be a god. Like, I was just starstruck. Yeah. Like the way the dude plays the game to me is he play like, even at that year at LSU, he played the game like a 5-year vet would. It was so eerie. Then you watch him get into Cincinnati and I was like, oh yeah, there it is. Oh my gosh. It's just kind of fun to watch the guy play football. It sucks. He's on another team and everything. And I'm like gushing over a man crush on another team. But that dude's actually really good.
Oh, yeah. He was saying, Watt Dog said he wanted Justin Herbert. So I believe you, Watt Dog. But there was only when you did polls, like we did polls, I didn't do poll. I wasn't even big on Twitter back then. Now and I do Twitter.
It's
but
funny.
When I see people flash up old polls saying all these Dolphin fans that say they want it, you must be the 20% because it was like 3% Tua and some Justin and then some even Jordan Love. So Justin Herbert didn't even get 20% of the vote. So it's funny. So, but I believe you, Watt Dog, because you're a Dolphin fan, so you rock. So I believe you. But there is a lot of people out there that, now they claim.
I wasn't into him, dude. I wasn't into the Justin Herbert thing at all. Like I remember everyone talking about, I was like, I'll take it, but I'm not into it because we got to fix it. And like, we got to fix his whole footwork, his technique, everything needed a lot of work. And when he went to the Chargers, they had Pep Hamilton around that time, and Pep worked with him a lot. In fact, I seen him take leaps and bounds from where he was at Oregon to what he came out in the Chargers. I was like, wow, he worked with him a lot. He's better. And this is coming from a dude who's not a fan of his game. I was like, I don't want nothing to do with him, really. I'll take him because we needed a quarterback, but I wasn't a fan. So if he got onto the Dolphins, he would have had to prove himself even to me. So just like now, what's going on? Same scenario.
So he says, this is from a Buffalo fan. Herbert is the best passer in the league. Well, I don't know. To me, Aaron Rodgers might be the best passer.
I would give it to Aaron Rodgers over Herbert any day. The thing you're falling in love with is the arm strength, bro.
Yeah, his arm strength is great. Yeah, his arm strength is great. But Aaron Rodgers at his age right now, and I think is still probably the best. Honestly, but yeah, Herbert, I'm not knocking Herbert, but just don't forget that man that's going to be in our division.
I would take Lawrence, honestly. I mean, Herbert's got a cannon, man, but Lawrence is a freaking.
I think Lawrence is going to be the real deal. It just took him a little longer than about everyone, but because people, get. I agree. They just, we get spoiled. We want that instant gratification. Oh my God, he wasn't the superstar from day one. But it's just.
I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. If I'm a Dolphins fan, I'm a diehard. I like.
Oh, I know. You don't have to say that. Look at your background. Look what you're wearing. I think we know.
Ever had a chance in my life as a Dolphins fan to come across some Joe Burrow or Trevor Lawrence, which we call Sunshine, I would have jumped on either or just like that. Boom, because those two right there are gonna be studs.
No, I agree. And Steve, I can't answer that, but we got till training camp, so I guess it's not really a big deal. But I'm like you. Why is he the one draft pick that has not signed?
Because he's a cornerback. Because he's like, no, I'm going to hold out for more money.
But the thing is, there's really no money. There's nothing you can do as a rookie now. And it's all slotted where you were picked. It's basically, if you're picked number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down to the,
maybe they're
Mr. Irrelevant.
Maybe they're just trying to figure out some of the numbers on it or something.
Yeah, no, that's it. I mean, yeah, sometimes they just swing around like, I want more guaranteed. But the numbers are the numbers no matter what. But I guess,
Exactly.
But it is a good question, Steve. Thank you, man. That's why you're real talk, Fins talk. Let's see. Lawrence. Let's see. We got Watt Dog and them going back. So way to be fair. And Justin, college head coach, was Mario Cristobal. Tua played for the best college football program ever.
Yep. It's true. It's very
Lauren
true.
said that idiot Urban Meyer his rookie year. Yeah, he was he was an idiot in the college level. Urban Meyer can sure as hell recruit though on the college level. But pro level, the pro level, the NFL, he was bad.
Yeah,
Lawrence
Pedersen definitely turned him around, bro. You're
without a doubt. I mean, Lawrence is going to be one of the best quarterbacks.
He's good, dude. He's going to be great, bro. I'm telling you, he's going to be a good quarterback. Burrow and Lawrence are studs. Yeah. I'm not going to give up on our guy, though, dude. He's going to be right.
Oh, no, I'm Tua, man. I do the hula for Tula, and I still love Don Shula. That's always my saying when I'm just singing in the shower, so it doesn't matter, So, it's just, to me, Tua's my man because he rocks the aqua and orange. My son, who's up in Gainesville, but we met, boom. Well, right now he's in Melbourne, Florida, doing an internship over the summer, but that's family stuff. But anyway, we met for the softball game in Palm Beach and it was fun. And, he has a Tua jersey. He loves his Tua. That's the only jersey I paid the big bucks for because the kid's a good student. I said, you know what? I don't buy myself jerseys. I stick with the T-shirts. Right. But I bought him I bought him the jersey. So we're big Tua fans in my family. And because he wears the aqua and orange. That's it. If he would have gone to another team, I would have been Justin Herbert. I would have been, no matter what name you could throw at me, that's who I'd be rocking. That's who I'd be. So right. I like David Woodley back in the day. I don't know if you guys are old enough for that. I rocked David Woodley. I was like a big David Woodley fan. So that's where I am. Like, no matter who the quarterback is, they're on my team. So that's who I support. I don't see the reason to bash guys. Now, if you want to say he sucks during a game, that's fine. But just to bash him and say he's a horrible guy and we need to get rid of him. The guy's a nice guy. If he's not a good player, we will find out this year. It's just Now we got Bills and Jets coming in here. How lucky are they? I don't know if that's Jets.
Hey, we're very lucky, honestly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that to come at us for the rest of the Tua's tenure or.
I am so happy that the Jets won. So, hey, they pulled the Dolphins. Like all we had to do to get Burrow was lose a few more games, and we would have had. But I was very on the back. I'm on the fence when it comes to like tanking because it's so hard for me. I could say all week, I know it's better if the Dolphins lose. But once the kickoff goes and I start watching my aqua and orange, I just want them to win. And it was very hard to tank season for me because it's like I celebrated the win, but I knew it was probably going to come back to bite us, and it did. But
if we would have ended up with Joe Burrow and you wouldn't have won not one game that year, I'd have been all for it. But I'm cool with what we got, though. It's all good. We're in position to keep competing right now.
Yeah, I know, Jet. Believe me, we know that as Dolphin fans. But
we didn't get Burrow because we beat the Bengals. I remember that season. It's like, no, why'd you win the game?
I know. It's just crazy, man. Crazy. And Jets gang, I even though you're a Jets fan, if you could do me a favor and just tackle that thumbs up button for us today, I would love it, man. I would love it. Thank you.
That AFC East is going to be a rumble, man. It's going to be the best division in football, just like it was last year when everybody thought it was going to be the AFC West. I'm telling you now, it's going to be a battle, dude. I can't wait, man. It's going to be awesome. Just like old famous Bart Scott's words, can't wait. It's going to be the Jets. It's going to be the Bills. It's going to be the Dolphins. And you're going to have the Patriots still battling for the AFC East crown. It's going to be the best division in football. Watch.
It's definitely at least one of the wild card teams will come from our division again, and it's going to.
I think we get 2 teams, maybe even watch us get 3 teams in the.
The only thing is, I'm afraid that we knock each other off a lot, and it's some of that could happen too. So it's
That's
going to
what
be.
makes it great.
No, it's going to make it
so
great.
fun.
Yeah, I like this. I love the confidence. Miami will win the East. Hey,
let's go.
I will say that. I made that in a Father's Day prediction. I did a YouTube short. I don't always do. I have a few out there, but I don't do them every day. But I did a YouTube short just for Father's Day. And then I got kind of carried away, and I was saying the Dolphins are going to be the daddy of the AFC East. So I kind of got carried away, and I got some thumbs down on that. Normally I'm the nice guy, and I very seldom get the thumbs down. But people are like, look at this guy talking trash. We got to start all nice. Happy Father's Day to you. Then I go, and by the way, the Dolphins are going to be the daddy of the AFC East. And people started giving me a thumbs down. But, I just got carried away. It just started rolling. It was like, no edit, no nothing. And I said, it's fun. And I hit send. So it was funny. Yeah. So, but, I obviously found some Bills and Jet fans and Patriot fans out there that didn't like my Happy Father's Day message.
Well, if you think about it, out of that division, man, every team's pretty much packing a defense. Every team has a defense. Buffalo's got defense. We all know that. The Jets, dude, the best part of their team is probably their defense. I mean, that's what scares me the most about the Jets. I know they just got Rodgers. I know that. I get it. Yeah, great quarterback. Great. But damn, that defense flies around, bro. That defense is the best part of their team. When you get to the Dolphins team, I can't get over it. We ain't seen us play yet. It's great on paper what we have because you have Xavier Howard, you got Jalen Ramsey, you got Tyreek Hill, you got Jalen Waddle. We have some of the best skill position players.
Oh, no, that's why I think we're stacking up because we see what the division's like. I mean, you said it perfectly. You got Aaron Rodgers, you got Josh Allen. You're like, holy crap, we got to be prepared to – because what you're going to have to do, you're not going to stop guys like that, but you got to slow them down enough to give your offense a chance to score more points than them. That's basically the.
I hate to go to a different league here. It reminds me of the game we had this weekend, which we ended up winning 41-13, or 41-6, something like that. But we were in it was 41-13. We were in a battle, 19-13 fourth quarter, ended up coming out of there with a 41-13 win.
Oh, well, congratulations. And if you're wondering what he's talking about, he's the defensive line coach for a semi-pro team in Colorado, the Colorado Longhorns. So that's what he's talking about. So what's your guys' record now, Justin?
I think now we're, 5-2.
5-2. Like hey, man, you're good. You're going to make the playoffs. So.
Yeah, it's a 3-team race right now in our stuff. It's the Longhorns, the champion, 3-time defending champion Phoenix, and then the Vipers. So we got 3 teams in our division right now that are they're gunning, dude. They're really good. But it's crazy, man. Sometimes the games will come out there and you could turn around and start snowballing on these guys. Same thing with the Dolphin squad. You never know what you're going to get. On paper, you could have this great team. I mean, when you get out there on.
Oh, I know. Believe me, we've been the paper champions. We've been the paper champions many, many years, like the off-season winners, as I like to say it. If you could give the Super Bowl trophy to the Dolphins in the off-season, we would have a lot of them, but it doesn't relate always, unfortunately, on the field. And same with the Jet fans, so they feel the pain. The Jets have had some great off seasons, and only to lead to
you're kind of just
great
hoping
seasons.
For the gods to bless you, the football gods to bless you, and everything to work out. It looks great on paper, and it starts to play good on field.
And I hope that thank you for bringing that up. I hope Deion Sanders. He says he's still going to coach.
Bring that up, bro.
I know, but he says he's still going to coach him, and if that has to happen, and he wants to have it done sooner than later. So my thoughts to Deion, because I know someone that knows him very well, and he's like the same guy that had Leroy Butler call me and stuff when I was in the hospital. He knows Deion. Deion didn't call me, but he's still a great guy, and sent the guy a message, hey, tell him he's to hang in there and stuff. So. That's good stuff because he played with those guys back when he was at Florida State because the guy I used to work with, he couldn't make it to the next level, but he was good enough to play for Florida State back when they were good with all of those guys. And, so he still knows him to this day. He hangs out with Leroy Butler, actually. That's why but he's still contact. So I told the guy, hey, tell Deion now I have his back. And he's like, oh, man, he's stressed, but he's strong. And he's still talking about coaching and recruiting and all that. Yep. They're talking about removing his foot. So, you know,
Yeah,
I hope
everybody's
he's
talking
okay.
about it here in town. Everyone's talking about it. Like we feel bad for Dion, and you
Yep.
know, shout out Coach Prime Time. We want you to stay healthy and worry about your health first. But we can't wait to see you coaching this year for the Colorado Buffs. I'm a
Yeah.
big time Colorado Buffalo.
Oh no, I think he's going to be. I think he would be okay, man. It's just, you know, if anything, that's even a better. I mean, if can you imagine if he goes out there, if he has, and he's through the coach, and then you're a parent in the next recruiting season, saying, man, well, I mean, what an example of strength that you. I mean, why wouldn't you want to send your kid to a, like, no matter
Resilient,
what, you can
very
still.
resilient. And yeah, if you're going to start losing parts off your body, but you're still out there worrying about other people's kids in the recruiting process to
Yeah,
help strengthen their future. Yes, it just shows what a great person the guy is too. Like that's why it's terrible to see these bad things happen to good people
yeah,
like
I
that.
know.
But it
I
shows
hope.
how strong they are.
I hope all works out for the best for him, no matter what. And yes, Miami, I have to let that throw. Anytime anyone talks good about the Dolphin, I gotta throw it up there. Miami would sweep the Pat and Buff. Wow, split with the Jets. Now that would be great. I don't even know if I'm
I'll
on that
take
much
it.
of a high. I don't even know if I'm on that much of a high, Watt. But hey, I like your high. That's great, man.
I like that.
I hope that is the case. Let's
I mean,
see.
if it all plays
What
out,
though?
the
You
way
mean
we
that you
think,
stop
man.
eating those paint chips? They are affecting your ability to have rational
Wow.
thoughts.
That was funny as hell, bro.
Hey, it's all it's all what it's all good,
You
man. But
guys are
hey,
funny.
man, the Dolphins could have easily swept Buffalo last year, but we lost 2 or 3. So it's
Yep.
just but both games, so that's not out of the realm of possibility. But let's just at least worry about the season split with
Oh
them.
man, the one in the snow still kills me, man. Like, dude, I have never seen a zebra squad take a team by the hand and show them the win. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. It happens to my Colorado Longhorns all the time. Same thing. You go somewhere else, the zebras just start to have these flags. You're like, what the hell kind of call is that? Like,
Yeah, I know. Well, let's not whine about flags here, Justin. We would say we lost, but I agree with you. Because that one to me, it's just like there's some BS, man. Like they can blow up Tua, and then like Wilkins barely like pushes Allen, and it's like a damn penalty when he was going out of bounds, and he was doing, it's just like there was a lot of weird calls that game, but whatever. It's all good, man. I just like that Josh Allen fell on his butt when he tried to push Wilkins. That made me laugh. So that was good. So that gave me a good laugh for the day. But hey,
yeah, right after that moment, I was like, man, sign that boy to a contract. Man.
yeah,
He gets
exactly.
in Allen's head. I'm telling you, like, you got to have guys like that on the team who will just do whatever. He's like the heart and soul of the defense right now. So if you can make that money work out, I'd love to keep Christian Wilkins in the fold.
Yeah, no, I know, I do too. It's definitely going to be a 100% financial decision. If we're going to keep him, this is year to keep him, sign him now. Because if he hits that open market where he's an unrestricted free agent and you don't put a tag on him, it's going to be very hard to keep him.
Bro, I've never seen anything like it, man. An interior defensive lineman having almost 100 tackle season. This is linebacker stuff, you guys.
No, it's crazy. He's run sideline to sideline, plus the heart, the motivation that he gives the team. He's just everything that you can't even measure in stats. He's also very good at.
You need 2 more, just like Sealer and Wilkins, man, and you have a bunch.
Oh no, you'd be studs if everyone played with their passion and had the same skill set that they currently have. I mean, we'd be a Super Bowl winning team every year, man. Because
you should see my Colorado Longhorns go after some guys, bro. We had 9 sacks and like 4 interceptions last week.
Well, you're Evan Hutchins, like a man among boys out there.
Oh, he's an animal, bro. He's a beast, bro.
And he's going to be
player on our team, dude, who's an animal, man. This Ira Longhorn, man. This dude, a 2-way player. He can play offense. He can play defense. He play wherever. He's just a football player. This dude's an animal, man. We're loaded up there, man.
I know. But that Evan Hutchin, he's going to be hopefully getting Evan Hutchin.
They should come away with this ring this season, man. I'm telling you, this team's loaded, bro.
Yeah, that'd be fun. But your Evan Hutchin, he's actually going to get a look from the XFL. So I hope that.
Yeah. We're going to start his. Me and him are supposed to start training this week on some drills. Get him ready for the combine. He's already got his invite. It's been accepted. He'll be going to DC in July. He's not the only guy I know going out there too. The kicker and the punter off of our team. I know the punter's going to go out there for shits and giggles, but these guys still got college careers in front of them as well. The number one punter and the number one kicker in the state right now are on the Colorado Longhorns.
Okay, cool. And yes, I'm with you, Walt Dog, on that take. I'm afraid Christian Wilkins isn't likely to be signed unless it's before this offseason that they can work something. I mean, when before this offseason concludes, I am worried. Unless they do what they did, like, in the past, wait till the last minute, one day before free agency next year, and then give him some huge contract. But it'd be definitely this year would be better. If you're going to do a deal, you need to do the deal now, and that's what I say, because then at least you free up money for this year to help. Because if you wait till next year, then you're not even getting that benefit of freeing up the money. So I hope somehow they find.
I think the deal needed to be done last year, because then you wouldn't be in this position you're in now. So who knows, man? Oh, damn, that's scary. Don't say stuff like that. Don't talk like that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, don't say like that, man. So we'll see. Good.
I don't know, man. I don't really know what's going to happen with that situation. It's hard to say because it's money. Does Christian Wilkins take less to give us a hometown discount? No. And the reason why is because why would he? It'll be his first time to get a contract on the open market. He's going to take his most money he's offered. So if the Dolphins, let me give you an example. The Dolphins come in and we're like, hey, we'll give you 16 or 18 annually. And Baltimore's like, well, we'll give you 20. And then the Minnesota Vikings come in and are like, well, we'll give you 21. He's going to the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, no, I agree for sure. He's going to go. And, that's it. That's what I would do, too, because you can only play this game for so long. He's a young guy. He has to set his future for the rest of his life. That's it. And he's a smart guy with his money. He's not one of these guys that's going to blow the money. He even jokes about him being cheap and still uses coupons. And all the guys are like, dude, you're an NFL player. You don't have to use coupons. He goes, hey, it's not your money. It's my money. I'm going to use a coupon if I want to use a coupon.
I'm total in agreement with how he does his money. He's being smart. Let him do him. But I'll be honest with you, man. If you can keep him in the fold, you need to try to do it right.
No, I do, because like you say, because you can't measure some of what he brings, because you can look at stats and you can look at numbers and say, well, he doesn't have quarterback sacks, or he doesn't even get that many pressure. But what you can't measure is the motivation he brings, hustling down all the way to even if he ends up not making a tackle, you still see him going all the way. So that won't even show up on a stat sheet, but it shows up on your eyes when you watch him play that he's like out there, because most defenses say, I got blocked, and that guy, I'm not going to catch that fast.
You know what?
Back. They stand there with their hands on their hip, watching the play go down the field. He's out there. He knows he's probably not going to, unless the guy cuts back, he's not going to. But he just said, hey, the guy can fumble, the guy can do anything. I'm going to hustle, and that's why I like him on the team. And
you can't control the final the outcome of the game. You can't control zebras from pulling flags out their pockets. You can't control teammates from freaking out. You can't control a lot of things out there as a player, right? But there's one thing you can't control, and Christian is a master elite at this, and that's effort. Yeah, you got to give effort. If you don't give effort, and you're not a high motor guy, and you're not going to go all the way through the play of the whistle.
I mean, that's what
I'm turned off with you right away, and the reason why is because the kind of plays he makes are effort plays. The kind of motor you want are the way him and Zach Sealer play. It's the high effort kind of stuff that's going to get you the plays, man. That's going to make the difference in the end. Like, I don't care if you're the fastest. I don't care if you're the strongest. I don't care if you're the most gifted. I don't care if you got the best pass rush polish or you have limited movement ability. The effort is what makes all that other stuff.
No, 100%. And that's why from the youngest, when you first ever start playing sports, even when you're like a pee-wee, and that's the first thing coaches would tell you. The one thing that you can control is effort. You may not be able to control other stuff, can't control everything else, but if you go out there and you try your best and everyone on the team tried their best, at the end of the day, hey, you may not come out on top, but you can look in the mirror at the end and say, hey, we came against a better team. Fans hate it because we don't like it. I mean, but if the Dolphins went out there and you saw every game that they tried and they ran out full hustle and they just got beat, you're going to say, well, hey, we know what? Perfect example is switching to the NBA real quick. The Heat, they just ran into a better team than you guys. That's just it. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I see Heat fans already upset they didn't pull off this trade. I'm not a big NBA guy, so I can't get into the details about it, but that Bill guy, the Heat won, and he ended up going to the Suns. People are already, Riley's lost it. He has no. I'm like, dude, your team just went to enjoy it. They just went to the NBA
you guys
finals.
Went to the NBA finals as an 8th seed and had to win playoff games to come in and come back. You knocked off the Bucks. You went against the Nuggets. You have nothing to be ashamed of. You guys overcame all obstacles. You overachieved.
I know, so. And
so
that's it.
Don't be so
and they just ran in. I mean, your Nuggets were the best team by far this year. I mean, it was not even close. You guys were the class of the NBA. So there's nothing to be ashamed of. You just lost. It's not because, the Heat didn't try. No, they just lost to a better team.
They just lost to a better team, bro. That's it. And I'll be honest with you. I didn't know the Nuggets was going to do. I honestly didn't think this was going to happen. I never thought it would. And the reason why is because I'm a Nuggets fan. It hasn't happened for 47 years. So every time they start to play like this, like, well, something will happen and they'll blow it. They'll nugget. That's what
I don't know. Just like we will say, the Dolphins are going to Dolphin at some point.
Exactly. But you know what? Like Rob mentioned on here before we get to closing this show up, which has been a great show. I love having all of you guys here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend to tell another friend. Go check out dolphinsthirsty.com with the great content, quizzes, all the throwback articles he does over there, all of the scouting reports you'll see on there, all of the uptick stuff, good stuff. Go check it out. But I will tell you this. Me and Rob are getting ready to work on film. Like you said, we'll probably do them in shorts, little breakdowns. We have a couple done already, but I came across some tape that it's very intriguing to me, and I'm like, I want to see more. And like, as soon as I watch a player, and I'm like, let me go watch another game. No, let me go watch another one.
That's a good sign when you start saying that.
It's a good sign. It's like, ooh, I'm intrigued. If you're intriguing these eyes, something's about your game that has me intrigued, and I'm going to give you the name. It's someone to look for that we're going to need maybe some help in that position. And it's Anthony Montalvo, the kid out of UCF. He's a University of Central Florida Knight. I went and looked at the tape, man, and I'm very excited about
You've been singing his praises the past couple of days to me.
Yeah,
so
man, because I can't get the tape out of my mind. Like, what I like about it is what we were just talking about, and that's why I'm bringing him up, is the effort. The effort is exceptional, man. It's like he just goes and goes and goes and doesn't stop until the play is over. And this is like he's running himself into plays he doesn't even deserve to get, because he's running around like a madman with the hair on fire. But he plays with with passion, football passion, like Aubrey Miller. See, that's why I like that they're getting these guys who want to play ball, and that's what you need. You need that. And like,
I know you like our undrafted class. I mean, a lot of them won't make the team just for the simple fact that we're a talented roster this year, but they're going to stick on some team is what you're telling me. So
the Montalvo kid, I think, is going to be good, and the reason why is because he plays with great leverage. And when I mean great leverage, I mean literally he's like, it takes 2 guys to block this dude. If you don't block him with 2 guys, he will pass rush or get around you or have a way to get around you. Well, who he reminds me of? It's crazy. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but he eerily reminds me of Zach Sealer. He reminds me of Zach Sealer. Like, the effort's there. The hands
I like it, man. Hey, I like it, man. So maybe the Dolphins can find another diamond in the rough.
Man, I hope so. I hope so.
Anyway, we got a couple comments I want to get to real quick, because he's saying, but he wants it. If Tua is a priority, Robert and Hunt and Connor Williams should be the priority. Yes, I agree. Because if you're going to go with, I agree. So let's see. Let's see here. And Vic, Stevens, DL aren't the priority. It's the LBs.
I know, but man, you need D line too, man. It'll open up the linebackers and the secondary not to have to work so hard. That's why I want Akeem Hicks. That's why I want Linville Joseph. You might not need any of those guys now if you want to throw this Anthony Montalvo in there and he'll blow up and the light will pop on for you and bam, you can just go.
Right. So our resident Buffalo fan took a little shot saying Tua is a priority. And basically saying that they only gave him the 5th-year option.
He's right. I mean,
but they didn't wait till the last. Where he's wrong though, they didn't wait until the last. But they were on the first.
They did it early. Yeah,
they did it early. So he's wrong there. They did not wait till the last minute to actually. They were one of the first ones to do the 5th year. I think the first one actually. And so there he's wrong. But Burrow and Herbert, yes, they're getting extension conversations more than they are ahead there. I'm not going to lie and pretend and only have my Dolphin color sunglasses on, but I will point out that they did not wait till the last minute.
See, it's crazy too. Like, back to the player conversation real quick. because I know everybody, like even RL Lyles, who comes in. We missed him today. We miss you, buddy. Everybody really high on the Mitchell Lagude kid, the University of Miami guy, right? Well, his tape I looked on was before I looked at the Anthony Montalvo tape, and I could see why everybody's excited about the Lagude kid. He's got the body frame. He's long. He's lanky. He's powerful, but he's not strong enough. Let me point that out to you guys right now. He's not strong enough. Like in order to play pass rusher on the edge out there in this league, you got to have strong hands at the point of attack and not just get stonewalled and blocked real easily. You need to be able to get through the line and work your hands off the line of scrimmage real quick.
So that's something that he has to work on. Hopefully, stick maybe on the practice squad. What you're sounding like to me,
yeah,
and then
I think
have a year in the NFL
squad.
have an NFL in the year training with an NFL conditioner working with you every day.
It'll do wonders for him. Keep working with Jason Taylor. Listen to what he's telling you, because a lot of what I see from the Mitchell Lagude, it's not a matter of it's a matter of where you're putting your hands, and not how you're doing it, but where you're putting them. Sometimes they're a little too wide. Sometimes your target area is a little bit too high or wide. It needs to go inside more. You need to be targeting guys for certain areas that you see weaknesses in their game. You need to pass rush more with a plan, not just like, hey, I'm going to go around you or I'm going to go through you. You need to have more of a plan, like make him move his legs, make him move his feet, and then attack the side that's the weakest. Make him move his shoulders. You gotta like, he just needs more training. He needs more seasoning. That's all I'm seeing from him. The Montalvo kid, that's a different story. The Montalvo kid, I think, has it right now.
Yeah. So and Dud, he says, thanks before I had the last comment I had up there. It was our Buffalo Bill fan thing. Thanks for letting me part of the show. I have to go troll Bill fans now. And so but that's fine. Dud, thank you for being part of our show. Yeah, thank you for being, because you guys are the ones that make the show. I'm going to have you guys. Watt's going to be the final comment. Exactly. Without you guys, there is no show. So, Watt Dog, I don't see Christian Wilkins as a part of the team's long-term future without sacrificing Connor Hunt. That could very well be true because of a money thing. So you do have. That's why it's very tough for these guys to make decisions. Yes, you can chime in, Justin, of course.
Real quick, why Walt said that, because it just brought me to thinking this. Walt, and you, Rob, right now, if you had to choose money, player production, everything you're getting, you have to choose one or the other right now. Christian or Zach, who do you got?
I would say Zach, just for the simple fact that he's comes in a little cheaper and you can maybe save at the other. But if it just came down to, I would take Christian. That's what I said. It's very hard. That's why it's hard to be you got to. Rough, because if it was just for the spirit and the play and only one player, and it's not going to affect and losing another player somewhere else. But this is what you have to factor in, because
that's right.
Signing Christian may involve losing Connor Williams next year or something like that. Signing Zach necessarily, you may be able to keep though. So it's like so many things that you got to factor in.
I think it's one or the other, man. And just like Walt said right there, if they re-sign Christian Wilkins, you automatically know Zach's not part of the team's long-term future. And that's exactly right. I think you need to kind of like be smart with this. And if it was me making the decision, I'll be honest with you, I got a dollar amount. And I'm like, Christian, baby, if you want to play it for the Dolphins and be an Aquan Orange, it's going to be at this number. If he tells me no, I'm going right to Zach, and I'm trading Christian Wilkins, and you're gone. And I'll get what I can for you, and I'll move on from there. Because now, and especially me looking at this Anthony Montalvo tape, I'm more than willing to kind of try to maybe make moves, because
you're right, man. That's all steps for the future. This is what good GM managers. Let's just hope we can put Greer in that good general manager. Well, he said, I lied again, but it's still from Watt. So I said the last quote was going to be from Watt, so it still is going to be from Watt. But this is really last quote because I got to get moving. But Watt Dog, it's not tough. Wilkins, Robert Connor are the priority. Zach and Davis are good enough. Yes, if you can keep all those guys and you have to lose Wilkins, that's fine. But there's a good chance we can lose those guys and lose Wilkins. That's what scares me. So we will see moving forward. I have to finish with my famous "we will see." Now, all you guys, too many of you to name today. You guys all flooded in here and made it for a great Monday. I will not be here Wednesday, but Friday, Justin and I will be back running the show as always. I'll be on the road going to Gainesville. Oh, you guys, excuse me. You guys rock. Fins up. Justin, as always, thank you so much.
Yep, anytime, man.